It's the end of a very long production day because of all the Black Friday orders. So everyone who ordered a wallet and everything from the site, thank you so much for all your support. We're getting them out as soon as possible. And it's 1:30 in the morning when I'm starting to film this video because you guys have been super awesome about liking and subscribing and commenting. So I figured I should do my part and get these videos out and answer some of your leather questions. So in the previous leather video, I asked everyone to comment their questions about leather that I didn't cover. And we got so many good questions and topics to cover that instead of doing like an hour-long video, I figured I'd kind of break it up into different chunks so that I can go in a little bit more detail and have it a little bit easier to consume as a viewer. So today we are doing the bonded leather. So let's dig into it. Not to be confused with bondage leather. Gross. So bonded leather goes by a few different names. The most popular one I see is bonded leather, but it's also called reconstituted leather, blended leather, ground leather. Essentially what it is it's kind of like the particle board of the leather world. Whereas like most leather products that you see, even like the genuine leather products, are gonna be more like a 2x4 where it's a solid piece of wood. But bonded leather is a lot more like particle board, where it's just all the shavings and all the sanded and all the particles left over from general leather production gets reconstituted with a bunch of glues and vinyls and other finishes. So some of the reasons why bonded leather is used is, the main reason is it's a lot cheaper. So like in this journal, a lot of times you just want a nice looking and nice feeling journal without having to pay 80 bucks for it. So you can pick up like a nice bonded leather journal at Staples or Walmart for like 15 bucks. Another time, other things it's used is like in the office furniture or just like general couches and stuff. So it's kind of a good thing in a way, because instead of all that ground up leather and all that leather dust and everything just going out to the landfills, they're able to reuse it and reconstitute it into bonded leather for products like this journal, which you might not care if it's just a bonded leather, but you just have to be careful and know what you're getting into, because you don't want to pay high price for a bonded leather journal and get home and realize you bought a really cheap journal for a really high price. So now you kind of know what bonded leather is. Let's scratch these a little bit and kind of get underneath the surface so you can kind of see what bonded leather looks like up close and how thin the layers are. So the first one we're gonna look at is the journal. We're gonna take my second favorite knife, the Stanley knife, number 299, got this from my old neighbor. And if you'll see the way that this scratches, it's kind of flaking off, and that's where that bonded leather is. It's just on the very, very top layer. It's a small fraction of a millimeter deep, and as I scratch it more, you can see that gray backing underneath is showing, and it looks like that gray backing is probably similar to that filler that's inside of the belt, just some sort of recycled material, and just the very, very top layer is a bonded leather. Next, we'll look at the little satchel that my girlfriend bought on AliExpress or Alibaba. And this one feels a little bit more foamy. And so you can see kind of as I'm getting that top layer off here, it's just the foam underneath. And I'm guessing the same thing with this one. The bonded leather is just the very, very top layer. And that's how most leathers, or that's how most bonded leathers are going to be. It's either going to be a top layer of a mixture of polyurethanes and glues plastered on top of some sort of backing. So this one's just got the foam underneath. There are real world and high quality applications of bonded leather. A lot of people who make like the sewn belts that have like alligator on the outside and like a nice suede on the inside, instead of using a strap of leather where it's a little more inconsistent, they'll use a bonded leather strip, because they know that they're gonna get a really even and consistent thickness with it and a consistent texture, so that the belt's gonna respond really well. So bonded leather isn't always a bad thing. They can be in high quality products, and it's not always a bad thing if you're just looking for a cheap journal or something. So kind of interesting. And if this was useful to you at all, or if you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing, because it's the only way I can continue to do these videos at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, whatever time it is now. And we got some cool stuff coming. Next week's gonna have some cool videos. I'm really excited. We got the Timberland and the Solar Bear boots coming in this weekend, and we're gonna do those videos next week. So get ready for those. And I've got an idea that's coming that I think you guys will like and hopefully hop on board with. So until then, I guess hopefully this helped. And happy holidays. See ya.